They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no.
Everything is coming to and happening from. So I have a question. It's all right. We're ready.
Hello, this is Valerie.
Valerie. Yeah.
I feel like the shoe too is a very confident one for a queen because I know personally that I gotta give her kudos for wearing those shoes because they're kind of a little bit lovely. Yeah, it's gorgeous and it's very like Greek goddess, but sure. Not too Greek, you know? Yeah, because you know all angels are Greek or something. Yeah. All dogs go to have different. It's very cool.
It's your life. It's your life. Walking up the big monkey run.
It's very.
This is the work. Because you were born, you have seen, you have explored, you have experienced the concept.
And you walk in the bar, and you're dressed like a star, rocking your head.
As the momentum begins coming and you stay in the flow, now you're focused, now you will be inspired. This is what we really want to say to you.
Okay, but why do I look like Lord Farquaad?
If you can find
It's supposed to be a beret, but I look like a
that allows
loaf of bread.
stuff to start moving from the, you don't have to worry about keeping your speed up. Or you let upon
I had the calling to
if you get
play
this
with
what we're talking
makeup
about. So
because last time it was so fun.
good word if you trust that what you put in the vortex is
And I was
there.
waiting for inspiration. I thought I would be
Using your focus to focus yourself
doing a
into
Prince inspired makeup look,
the momentum to begin.
but I was uploading movies, editing movies,
And
and I called into Instagram and I ran into Amy Winehouse because I love signature makeup or signature looks or signature shapes.
The momentum there. That's the answer to all things. We're
And now I'm here,
That's the answer to all of it, isn't it? Just stop doing that thing you're doing. So
MAC primer on my eyelids. I don't think I've like ever used this on my eyelids. I think I first bought it like 2 years ago
but we just had to stick that
when the trend was to use it on your nose so your makeup can stick on.
excited about all the choices that I've been making in my life, and I'm looking forward to my future. I feel like I have something amazing, and the specifics of it will show itself to you. And if you can resist the temptation to become
But protective with my soul.
place of trusting that it's come a beautiful way.
Let's pretend I'm Amy Winehouse right now and I'm getting ready for a show. So I probably have like 7 minutes to get ready.
First, you have to know why you might want to slow it down. And you
I loved her thought process of the eyeliner because it was so chunky and big, and if you zoom in into any pictures, you can see that she didn't bring it all the way in, so it just floated the eye up this way,
That's when you want to back up. I'm on track.
and it was so unique and feminizing.
Feel my grit in. I've done the work. I
It was a cool usage of the color black.
vortex and the cooperative components have been gathered, and now my singular work. It's what the art of allowing
And it was never perfect, so it was always a little
my
punk.
vibrational grid. And the way I prepare it
So
is by chilling out and
that's why I gravitated it so much. Maybe that's why everyone else gravitated towards it too much. I mean, so much.
positive aspects, and the more you allow yourself that core grid.
It was
The energy
chunky,
that
and then
moves up through it is so
it
powerful,
passed
like
up
our friend said,
your
become a magnet for things that
eyebrow
you weren't a magnet
bone
for before.
crease pretty high, so it could move up the eye. And she didn't really use false lashes
That were not coming to you before because
from
you
the
found
looks
the
of it.
vibrational stance, because you clicked in with that radiating up through you. From your source is general in nature. It's largeness, it's certainty. In other
I
words,
like doing
it's
makeup
done
if
and
it's
it's
referencing
strong.
something or
So here it is, and see it as sort of like a
paying
shadow
homage
coming
to,
up
which is like this literally the same word I was referencing.
This energy stream, this core grid. And let's say that
Because if it's just to make yourself look pretty, I'm not interested.
in fact it's bouncing off, or you're uneasy about something, or you're remembering a past experience.
I love this hair right now.
Or you're worried about not being prepared for something, so you stop offering a vibration. And when you stop offering a vibration, you're grid.
But to do a timestamp for myself and for 2020, we got to upload 3 movies today.
You learn how to meditate. You quiet your mind. You stop thought.
We're in the middle of shooting one right now. And so I could
And in doing so,
acknowledge the fun that I'm doing or that I'm having or that I'm producing.
but every time you chill, every time you relax, every time you
And now I want to... I saw Aquarius eye shape because I was trying to piece together the formula for Drag Race
create
and the plot points that I've accumulated into my head over the past 2 days
and as you
have been...
establish this pattern of
They're looking for star drag,
now
female drag,
asking for in perfect
character drag,
flow just like water flows down
caricature drag,
your experience. And as they flow in,
and drag like pop star American culture drag,
what we want to say to you,
like makeup that you see right now on
conversations that we've ever had,
the influences around you, like
the only
Cardi B, Nicki Minaj,
or want to focus on is
or if you want to go to the 90s, Toni Braxton,
and use the simplest of
which all I've been paid attention to for the past few days, and how they done their makeup and what their Shaka Khan, everyone,
listen to music that makes
all the makeup styles.
anything that you can do to
So they're looking for
practice that place of non-resistance. Your
like a staple drag eye.
components of previously
So I'm gonna try to learn minimal tips
you're only
and then apply them bigger and bigger and bigger.
your grid.
Because if you look at RuPaul's 90s makeup face,
And we said to you,
and it was the drag that was impersonating the supermodel of the 90s, it had the thin brow, thin liner, thin everything. And if you look at it from a different angle, you can see that it's just shapes. So if you were to look at my face right now and you were to put a flat foundation color with no hair, it would just be shapes. So you get to redraw the shapes. And I used to always draw big, or I thought I was drawing big shapes. But if you draw little shapes, it'll feminize it, or it'll bring in color certain ways. And I never understood that. I thought you were supposed to go bigger, bigger, and bigger. But if you see the makeup as just little shapes, it's easier to understand. So thank you, Amy Winehouse, for connecting those thoughts for me, and maybe anyone else.
you sort, you look for reasons to love, and you find reasons to
Is it too small?
and you be as specific as you are able to be, but the bottom line is you want to feel good and you
Let's put on some face makeup and see if it balances it out.
immediately
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man.
what you are shines through you, and you have established into your vortex, then begin making their way into your experience with such precision, with such time. Those who are watching you want to know what your secret, where you stand as and experiencing so much good it seems practical from time to time.
Aquarius eye shape is like an oval,
To tell you the truth, I would like to stand in complete
and she doesn't follow the outer of her natural eyeball. So she cuts it off
well-being
to make it more oval.
And they might say, well, how did you get there? You say, was it easy at first?
So I want to keep that in mind
Worried about things
for
like everybody else.
the rest of my life.
What happened to me somewhere along the line is that I became convinced that goodness was what I was supposed to experience. And that somehow I'd carved it out. I had focused that into being discovered. That in my
Okay, maybe I should look in a mirror.
to well-being, even when it wasn't.
Like, can you see how black, what it does to your eyes?
I let that
Like, they're so
be my
far apart
focus,
now.
to feel for well-being, even when it wasn't.
Oh my god, chica!
It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? This is long through the days that we are together, because who you are is always expanding and even as a result of it. Your asking expands as a result of it. Your summoning of answers and solutions happens. And then, when you are in the receiving mode, then you get to feel the expansion actually happening within your being. It's a visceral experience. It's a feeling experience as new energies move through you in new ways because you've asked new questions and you found a new
Your foundation is so cool.
of letting it in. And as a
Like,
result,
it feels like water on my skin.
feel good.
Rain on me.
And as another result, you'll usually behave like humans, thinking that you're sometimes
And she had a pink pale lip in some of the pictures I've seen, so I'm gonna count that as the
that we will share together. It is our expectation
Amy Winehouse lip.
a new level of appreciating yourself that you will come to
And I'm gonna use a Nicki Minaj collaboration with Mac so we can
perfection of who you are.
reference 1980. Is she 80 or 90? I want to say she is 90.
More conscious
1990s with 2020.
body.
These are icons and legends too, but why y'all got to lie? I just hit an Ariana Grande note, bitch.
But you're not an extension that is separated from us.
I always put red lipstick on, so to use this is new and exciting to me.
You began a whole new summoning process attraction. And so, as you find
It's
something
a liquid
new that
lipstick.
you are asking for, you begin a summoning process that feels different to you. And it feels different to you depending upon what your belief factor is in relationship to what you are newly summoning. Once you get practiced at this, and once you understand that you can be or do or have anything that you desire, then when you summon, you automatically allow your own mind, and you know the laws of the universe, and you expect source energy to reply to you, and you expect, through your own power of attraction, you expect to get the things that you are asking for.
I look like a
In an
girl.
environment like this, where there is so much that puts you in a place of ease and feeling good, not everything, you'll still have
I feel so caught up with being a guy
even more contrast because it is new to you.
that if you apply the woman or female concepts on top,
Realizing that all things wanted
it feels funner.
and you stand there and
But we need to do something about that nose. Like,
expectation of witnessing the evolution. But you see, the money that you desire, when you're focused upon not enough of it, or you think about the lover that you are summoning, but you're focused upon the absence of that lover. In other words, sometimes you are thinking thoughts, human adorable, human you. You're thinking thoughts that are vibrationally inconsistent or what you have asked for and what is being summoned to you. Now your inner being is holding vibrational accord with what you're asking for. And now your work is so simple. Your work is just to think thoughts that match the desire rather than an energy to ignore. But if you block it,
you see how it
it'll worse and worse.
creased a little bit?
Tension sets up within you
That
you
will just
describe
give
as
us
negative emotion
an
is
eye
your
shape to
clue or your
create.
key that you are doing what we just described. Because it is always true. When you ask, it is always given. When you
Let's make a
ask,
small
it is
little eye
always
shape.
given. The awareness is that it isn't, rather than
Ooh,
it
do you
is.
like our new small eyelid?
As you focus upon the isn'tness of what we know as the isness, then you block it. You don't let it come. And then you complain. This isn't working for me, when it is. It always is. So,
Create a little Sharon
less of
Tate
that from now on. It
shadow.
really helps to understand the laws of the
And by the way,
universe.
happy birthday to
Helps to
Sharon
know
Tate.
that law of attraction is right with things you don't even want, just by looking at them. So,
I feel like I'm transferred back into
as a result, you're going to be clear
when
about who you
Amy
are.
Winehouse was alive, and this is how she would be applying makeup. Like, I feel like she would be the type of girl to do her creams, then her lip. No, she would do her eye first, her creams around it, and just leave it on, and then do her lip, and then go off and smoke a cigarette, and then come back and then set her makeup.
Experience ensues. What's coming to you and through you, we appreciate more than you can hear with these words. Your willingness to participate, but in the gathering.
And I love the look of powdered under eyes, but you can see right at the bottom it's not set completely, so it doesn't crease, and you can always tell in pictures that it's not.
We've got you outnumbered.
In like the 1960s or 70s, how they would do their under eye highlights, so interesting.
Life is supposed to be good to you. Life is supposed to be fun.
And since I do have a little bit of a boy face, I'm thinking of putting on some lashes to give us the effect and illusion. That's really pretty.
And are you refreshed? You know, we answered all of the questions already. Morning. It is. So, I think about my desires. I think about a beautiful relationship. We're going to interrupt with one question. When you think about your desires, do your thoughts feel good? If I close my eyes for thinking about a relationship,
You see how it pulls my eye out? Oh my god, that's so pretty.
somebody else, and that doesn't feel good to my inner. It doesn't mean that you're not moving toward it. It means that your impatience about it unfolding is in your way. Just like that woman screaming about the injustice. Whether you're screaming about injustice or whether you're screaming with impatience, you're still offering a hurricane of vibration that's in your way. Okay, because that's part of the think I'm moving towards my desire, and then I think I'm blocking.
Maybe I can now try a drag eye that's mostly liner
Anytime you feel good,
and see how that will make my face look, instead of going into it with so much pressure about the eye shape and the brow shape and the eyelid shape. I wanted to go into drag for the concept of drag, not the actual like physical part of drag. So that's always like held me back a little bit. But if I could learn these tips right now through doing this today on August 9th, 2020, see what happens.
I don't want to wait. Be basking in asking in the gestation period. A lot of things you care about, a lot of people that you care about. Wouldn't you like the universe to work it out in the infinite ways that the universe can work it out? Or do you not trust that? You see, we believe that you have the ability to choose you is by the power of your desire and your readiness to hear. And so when we point sign, that's a really good sign. That means your heart's desire. Does that make sense to you? You're correct. It's not like me. Better you get at this, and the more the universe yields to you, the more you expect the universe to yield to you. In other words, it's just a result.
This one's more close to the eye, and this one's like totally not on. It's on the eye.
Even though you're clear-minded about a
Like,
lot
which one do we like better?
of split energy about a lot of other things. And but most important, you see, the phrase that we offered earlier before segment really ideally focused toward you and those like you. When we said, feel the difference between the awesome power of non-resistant thought.
See how a face can dramatically change your whole posture,
And you're not letting
or
yourself
make your shapes of your body look more feminine?
too impatient. And when you're impatient, that's not non-resistant thought. So you keep being impatient, which is pleasure in knowing that you've the knowledge of how the universe works. You've got to find a way to feel pleasure in the absence of the manifestation, the full-blown physical manifestation of what you want. You have to take pleasure in the thoughts turning.
Let's taupe out this mustache.
In your knowledge of the laws, you have to take pleasure in your understanding of how the energy. You see, and you want to stay off those subjects. And on one end of it is the relationship as you want it to be, and on the other end of it is the absence of that. And you have a proclivity, you have an end of the stick that you lean toward. And sometimes you lean more toward what you want, and sometimes
Let's
you
get
lean
that
more
Lana
toward
Del
the
Rey
absence of it,
nose.
but you're kind of all over that stick. So what we would say to you is the vibrational match to what you want. In other words, you're not impatient. That makes you impatient.
And I like how Aquaria does her brow shape like really far apart and blown out with highlight through here,
Realize your power.
instead of following her nose shape.
That cause you to feel happy, and let those be the reason that you don't.
So I'll be trying that.
Does that make sense to you?
Thanks to her.
We love you so much, but you're like a dog sort of feeling that doesn't get you what you want. Soft.
I feel like the brow masculinized it, so let's blow it out.
Okay. Thank you so much. Very good. So 90% of my question was answered. I'm just really happy to be here.
Just stupid boys making basement noise in the basement, noise in the basement.
Feel like this? I mean, I don't even have a question at this point. That's it. And letting others know what the options are. Really good. This one's trying a little too hard. Okay. I speak for job of segment intent. I know. So, what is, what do you intimidate?
Here's what I mean. I mean, when I get up on stage and I speak, I come alive. This is like 10 times alive from what I do when I speak. That's what I mean.
Well, it's really alive.
Really.
If I look up, you can see every single shape I made, like
If you were red words,
blush,
what words
highlight,
just really go after
eyes.
this notion of when you're segment intending, mean what you say.
I forgot that I can use my own body as my paintboard and not the editing app as my paintboard.
Not your absence of desires, because when you're on stage, you are keeping tapped in, turned on. You are for sure, and sort of doing the opposite in 1 hour that you did all day long on purpose. You see, and so we're just wanting you to be mindful of.
He always said he didn't get this song, but I do.
Bubble darkness and move it into this segment with us. Now, so what would you rather do? Would you rather deliberately screw up the segment you're walking? We're just saying.
I love where I am now.
So I have a question. It's all right. We're ready.
Hello, this is Valerie.
More. Is the question coming from your
take a snapshot of a snapshot of a snapshot.
Way of saying it is, what influence are you under?
Okay, that's perfect.
Question. What influence are you under? I know what I want of it, and how can I be more keenly aware of it?
Body once told me the world was macaroni, so I took a bite out of a tree. It tasted kind of funky, so I spit it out a penguin.
To make it better. You feel the difference? Sure. I think for me this is a question of understanding. That's fair. Okay. Sometimes when I'm not in the But you know what we always do? In order to bring you to a place of understanding, we just stubbornly keep saying to you all the things that you already understand. Because we know if we can get you focused upon what you already understand, that you'll be able to understand the next thing that you want to understand that you don't understand. Right? But if we start from a premise that you don't understand, then nothing that we're going to say is going to cause you to understand. So you do know you're the creator of your own reality, yeah? Yeah. And you do know that how you feel is everything, yeah? Yeah. All right, ask the question. I feel like you just answered the question. I think so too. I have found that I can create when I'm angry.
Peace out from
Yeah.
Amy
You have to think about
Winehouse.
whether you want it or not. So you can't create what you want when you're angry. Right.
Your turn.